Welcome to the Obesity Medicine Podcast with your host, Dr. Matea Rentia, board certified in internal medicine and obesity medicine. Here, we talk about a path to metabolic health, and we have real conversations about chronic weight management and living a full life. Just a reminder, I am a physician, but I'm not your physician. So everything that's on this podcast is for informational purposes, but please go talk to your doctor about what's right for you. There is no medical advice being given on this podcast. Hello, my friends. I am loving these Friday chats. Again, I always want to hear what you think here. Please let me know down in the fan mail below. Send me a little message. Are you liking these? Are there things you want to hear about? Give me your feedback because we are trialing this out right now. All right, so I found a channel the other day on Instagram. It's Claudia at Home. I'm going to link this recipe that I'm talking about today. I'm going to link in the show notes below. So if you want to check it out on Instagram. Now listen, some of the recipes are way harder than I would ever make, but you know when you find a channel where someone just really has a love for food and how they're making it and what they're doing, and they're doing creative ideas where you just have not thought about these things. And so the reason I'm bringing her channel up, there was a recipe on there where it's salt and vinegar potatoes. Now, when you hear this, you might think, ooh, that does not sound amazing, but hear me out. If you are someone that likes like a salt and vinegar chip, things like this recipe is beyond amazing. Okay, so I'm going to go through how to make it, but I will tell you, I have made this multiple times. It also freezes really well because it's a little bit labor intensive, you'll see, but it is just such a nice way to get just an amazing flavor, but not be blowing yourself out nutritionally. So here's how she says to do it. She said 9 out of 10 people that tried it loved it. So again, you've been warned. If you don't like salt and vinegar, you can stop listening. All right, so here's the recipe. She says you take 3 Yukon Gold potatoes and you keep the skin on. Okay, you cut them into wedges. You soak it in ice water the day before, and then you put it in the fridge. So you're getting the starch out. Here's the deal. I didn't do that step and it was totally fine. But again, if you want to be all the way about it. In fact, I don't even think I read the full directions. I think I just watched the video. Okay. And then you boil it for about 20 minutes in about 32 ounces of white vinegar. No apple cider vinegar does not work. So literally straight vinegar. You are not cutting it with water, nothing like that. Literally straight vinegar. Yes, your house is going to smell like vinegar, but this is why, when I make this, I freeze some because I don't want to have to do it all the time. Okay. So then after that, you drain it. And then you do it with a little bit of olive oil. You put it on a pan and you bake it in the oven about 425 degrees Fahrenheit, about an hour until it's kind of golden brown. And then you put a little bit of salt on it. I have found that I like to take a few of those potatoes, have it with a little bit of cottage cheese, some veggies on the side, and it is just the most amazing dinner. I wanted to share that with you today. I find that sometimes it's the same recipes that we're hearing all the time. And I know that potatoes are a starch and all of that, but sometimes, especially I'll give an example, like when women are the week before their period, they just do need more carbohydrates, or some people really feel better when they're exercising that they get in some of these carbs. This is, I just find, a healthier way if you're someone that likes that type of flavor profile to make this happen. I'm going to link, again, in the show notes, I'll link this recipe if you want to check out her channel. I cannot see why this lady's not massive. Sometimes I find channels I'm just like, they're the best. So anyway, let me know what you think. Again, I think this is going to be one that's a little bit, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate the idea of it. But I hope that you love this quick, short idea. Oh, let me tell you one other thing that I've been loving, talking about sour, acidic things. So everybody knows here that I really like Sour Patch Kids, but it doesn't fit into my health plan regularly, right? There is a candy and it's called Behave. I really love their sour line. The reason that I love these is, number one, each little bag is 80 calories, but that's not it because, we're not really like overly obsessed with that, but they have tons of fiber in it. I think it's like 17 grams of fiber. I have found my patients, even if they have diabetes, their blood sugar is not spiking with it because of how much fiber is in there. And by the way, it's not a nasty candy. It is amazing. I have reordered it multiple times. My family loves it. My son eats it. It's like no one knows that, when you say that, you're like, I don't believe you. But you're like, no one knows that it's healthy. It's funny because I actually warn my patients, I'm like, look, like don't eat the whole thing all at once. Because if you haven't had a bunch of fiber before, suddenly adding in 10 plus grams at a time, that's significant. And so one of my patients, I think her grandkid got into it and didn't realize that it was a little bit of a healthier version and had like multiple bags at a time. And I was like, oh my gosh, was he okay? Yes, he was. But I'm just sitting there. I don't know that that would end well in our family. So anyway, that's just something that if you really like that like Sour Patch kind of, sourness to candy, but this just doesn't fit in my health goals. Maybe seeing if this is something that if you're like, it absolutely has to be a candy derivative. I mean, of course, I would love you to have an apple and things like that. But if all of that's not really working, like sometimes we just need the sour type of things. And there's that. And then there's also the company Final Boss Sour. And their quote unquote candy, it's dried fruit. So I think they have cranberry, blueberry, strawberry, and I'm not sure what others. Oh, and then they do like special drops. Like they just had one where it was strawberry and banana. You can get these either as a one-off. They have sampling packs. So the sour levels go all the way 1 all the way up to 4. 3 and 4 you can hardly have it in your mouth. Now, some people are more or less sensitive to sour food because even in my family here that's blended, we have multiple different people trying it. And majority of us are like, wow, this is like 1,000,000% sour. But I have one stepkid that is like, oh yeah, I like hardly notice this. And we're like, are you lying? Are you joking? And we've tested it multiple times. And he still likes to hold firm that no, he can't tell the difference. But I think it's nice because there's no dyes. It's really truly fruit. They put, what are the sweeteners in here? There's no sugar alcohols or anything like that. So I'm trying to see, are the ingredients on here? Okay, so this one, for example, is dried cranberry. Then there's sugar in here, citric acid, malic acids. If sugar alcohols affect you or you don't like the taste of stevia or monk fruit, things like that, then maybe this is an option that you might like. So anyway, let me know if you've tried any of these things, but this is just kind of what I've been immersed in recently this week. I hope you have a great weekend. Try a new recipe. Get a different veggie, right? Things are seasonal. I think we forget that sometimes, at least if you're like me. You go in the food store and we're habitual, right? Like we get the same things all the time. Pick up one new veggie. Like maybe you make a spaghetti squash, right? Maybe you make this potato recipe that I'm talking about, but let's all try something new this weekend. Have a great weekend and we'll talk soon. That marks the end of today's episode. But if you're newer to the podcast, I want to tell you about something that we have, and it's a free podcast roadmap. So this is perfect for any of you that are listening where you want to be directed to very specific episodes. So let's say that you are just starting out and you want to know, what should I do right when I start on the medications? Or you're experiencing certain side effects on the GLP-1s, or you want to know what to do if you're in a plateau, or if emotional eating is taking over, or if hunger levels are high. So we have many different categories of episodes that we've talked about because there's a lot at this point. So if you want to be able to navigate that very easily, we have it broken down by category and also the episodes that are there, and we hyperlink to everything. So you can just click on it and find the episode. Easy peasy. If you want that, you can go to rentiaclinic.com/podcast roadmap. We'll have it linked right here underneath the show notes where you're listening. And you can go ahead and get that free resource so that it makes it easy for you to navigate, because I know that it's really hard when someone has an established podcast. I am such a podcast fiend, listening to podcasts all day long. And when I find one that I love, but there's a lot that are out there, I am so lost. So I hope that you enjoy this free podcast roadmap. Again, the link to get to that is going to be rentiaclinic.com/podcast roadmap. I hope this is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.